Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Going On Daily Live. I'm your host, Becky, here with Miss Luannah on this
Hey.
Canadian television episode.
episode.
I'm excited. And when I saw your topics, I was like, this is going to be good. As
Aw.
someone Canadian, I'm going to be able to relate to this. So I'm excited for that.
Awesome.
So if you weren't here yesterday, I will just fill in everybody. We are doing different themes every week. It's been actually pretty fun. This is TV week. Why Ron picked that, I have no idea, but TV week, it should be pretty good. We had origins of TV. We had Chuck blaming TV for his blindness. So, we've got a couple of different
stories.
That one. Yeah, he just basically said it raised him, and now his vision is terrible because of all the blue screening. I mean, let's ignore how much he probably spends on his computer or cell phone today, but
yes.
we can blame TV. And then, of course, I talked about the origins of TV, how it was just a 14-year-old boy from Idaho.
No way.
Yeah, in the 20s, he just had a vision that, I don't want to say like a premonition, but like he had an idea of moving pictures, basically. And it took him a few years, and he finally did it. And then RCA tried to steal the idea from him.
Wow.
He ended up winning in court years later. Like, I think at this point it had been like 10 years later.
Wow.
And yeah, he never became rich or well-known or anything. So a very interesting story.
Wow, I had no idea. That is so cool.
I know, same. I assumed TV was around before that, but I guess not. Oh, Ron says Friday's World Television Day. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. I remember when I was a little kid, I had this imagination that I could open up a little lid on top of the TV and I could jump in. That's what I always wished. So it just dawned on me when you're talking about the kid having the vision and the inspiration. I just remembered that I used to have that idea.
That's cute. Oh, I love that. Well, why don't you start us off? We are talking about your all-time favorite television shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think some of them are pretty obscure and unknown for a lot of people, so it's going to be exciting to share them.
I love Ron's graphic here. A People's History. Is it like those TV commercials? Remember, it'd be like 5 minutes, and it would be like Canadian history.
Heritage, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Heritage Classic.
Right, the Heritage commercials. I remember those.
Love that.
Yeah. So I love TV. I love TV shows that are written with good content. I like them to be entertaining. I also like them to be meaningful and funny. And it's not easy to find that combination. Right? So usually it's either all, spiritual wisdom, or it's all, I love action too, right? Or it's all action, or it's all, mind stuff, philosophy, not so much fun. But these shows all have everything. And so that's why they're my favorite shows. And they also have I find they were all very well researched into human psychology, human dynamics, relationships.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm going to start with my all-time favorite right now is Being Erica. Are you familiar with that show?
I know the show, but I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. So it's filmed in Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah, it was airing from 2009 to 2011.
Oh, just a short little thing.
Yeah, but wow, potent seasons. I wish it would have gone on longer. So the premise of the story is she's like the plot. I've watched them so many times I can just almost reiterate the whole thing. So the plot in the beginning, the pilot, they're introducing her, and it starts with this voiceover saying, that 32-year-old, yeah, exactly, Being Erica, that has everything, the life, the job, the husband, everything's going great. She says, well, that's not me. And then it goes from that, and then she gets dumped that day, she gets fired that day, and she's standing in the middle of the raining Eaton Center waiting for her date, and that's where he cancels on her, and she runs into Starbucks, and the guy offers her one of those sample little lattes, right? She takes a sip, and then all of a sudden she starts having anaphylactic. Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
And so she's like, was there like nuts? And he's like, yeah. She's like, call the ambulance. So she ends up in the hospital. And then this guy shows up, and his name is Dr. Tom. And he says, tell me what happened today. And she's like, yeah, oh, well, I just had this accident drinking what I was not supposed to drink. I didn't know. He says, no, tell me more. He says, it's not like today was the only bad day. It's like every day sucks, basically. And he goes on and he starts to describe her life. And she's like, who are you? And he says, well, I'm a therapist of sorts. And he says, if you really want to change your life, call me, right? Come see me. It turns out to be a time traveling therapist.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of, like, so after the hospital, she goes back to her family, and her mom makes this big, smother mother
Of course.
gathering, right? And everybody starts picking on her at the table. What, you quit your job without anything, and you don't have that boyfriend anymore and everything. And she gets up, and this was one of my favorite lines in the beginning, that she says, I'm suffocating under your collective disapproval, right? And she ran away, because I felt like that at one point in my life. And she ran back into her room, and she jumped out the window, and then she found Dr. Tom. And then there her journey goes. He says, write down all your regrets. And then he picked one, and he says, okay. And then she's like, oh, it's getting cold. And then all of a sudden she ends up back in high school.
Whoa. Because he's a time traveler. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then she gets to relive the experience, and she makes changes. And with each show, she learns about herself and learns about also what those changes taught her. And how maybe sometimes the things she thought that made a difference didn't make a difference at all. And so it's a very beautiful, it's a lot of fun, a lot of good humor, human humor, which I love that, when we can laugh at ourselves, we can see our stuff and things like that. So great show.
It sounds really good. If I can find it, I will absolutely watch it. It's an easy watch, I think, because it's only 2-3 seasons. So
it's 4 seasons. Yeah, it is
4 seasons. Okay.
Yeah, it's on CBC Gem. And
I have that. I have that. So.
You have that. So you can watch
Perfect.
it. So it's a great,
amazing. I'm going to watch it today. I have a chance today to watch something.
Awesome. Another show is Joan of Arcadia. Did you ever hear of Joan of Arcadia?
I've heard of Joan of Arcadia. Another one I have not watched.
Oh my God, that's one of my all-time favorites too.
Okay.
It's about a girl. It's a takeoff of Joan of Arc.
Yes.
So Joan is a young girl, 16-year-old girl, who moves to a town called Arcadia. And then one day God talks to her off of a bus, looking like a hot, sexy young guy. So that's how he could get her attention. Yeah, that was Joan of Arcadia.
There we go. For anyone who's wondering what these shows look like, I've definitely seen commercials. I just do not. I don't think I ever watched it either.
Oh yeah, no, it's also really well researched. Metaphysics, mysticism, religion, spirituality, common sense, science. Science is in there, and there's a crime element because her father's a criminal investigator.
Oh,
so so you got family dynamics, school dynamics, a little bit of energy for the crime. It's a lot. It's a really good show. And so basically, she says to God, well, I'm not religious. And he says, well, it's not about religion. He says, it's about fulfilling your true nature. And she says, oh, well, I guess I'm not really doing that. And he says, well, I'm going to pop into your life here and there, and give you things to do. And she's like, well, why? He says, don't ask why, just do it. Right. And she says, well, is it kind of strange I have a crush on you? And he says, well, that's not going to last very long. And the next time he was like a bigger, big built man when he came into her life to give her a task. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And then what happens is he gives her tasks that don't make sense to her. But eventually at first we see the ripples. But then eventually she starts to see the ripples. That from the task itself, it seemed like it's just silly nonsense, meaningless, but then it actually has implications and ripples in other people's lives and hers.
Very cool.
So it's showing how everything we do has an impact.
It sounds like a pretty deep show for 2003.
Oh yeah.
Back when it was all about like reality and MTV, and I remember like for a 16-year-old being the lead character, I was 17 when this came out, and this definitely not the type of show I was watching. But it sounds very deep and interesting.
Oh, it is it's a very beautiful show. Yeah, I think you'll like it. And again, it's got all the elements, and fun, humor, wisdom, and crime, action, which is
perfect.
Cool. Yeah,
everything.
I've always loved Sherlock Holmes kind of things too.
Yeah.
Since Nancy Drew, I love the figuring out, right?
Yes.
Another show, Twice in a Lifetime, also Canadian made. Do you know that one?
I know it, but I've never seen it. Twice in a Lifetime. I'm gonna look these up while you're chatting here.
And that's on Prime right now, so you can watch.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't streaming for many years, but recently they're streaming it, and it's a story about when somebody dies accidentally, they're brought to that middle threshold where they meet Judge Othniel about their life. And they talk about the one pivotal moment that would have changed the whole trajectory of their life. And if they want to make that change, they get a chance to go back in time to that moment and they have to guide their former self to make a different decision somehow.
Oh, wow.
And then when they do, then the only life that they remember is the new life stream. The other one gets the other parallel life is gone. So it's very
Oh, wow.
it's very funny too. So they do a lot of humor in it, and then a lot of deep insight into our human nature and experiences and trauma and that, but with a lot of levity. So it's a
Oh,
really
okay.
good show. And you see a theme. Of course, I like meaning, right? So meaning
Yes.
and spiritual elements. And the other one, Highway to Heaven. You know,
Highway to
Highway to
Heaven.
Heaven.
I don't know that one. That's the first one I
Whoa.
haven't heard of.
Wow. So it's on Prime now too. That's with
Okay.
Michael Landon from Little House on the
Oh,
Prairie.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's the one who wrote it. And so he's
Oh,
an
wow.
angel. He's an angel that he gets picked up one day
Okay.
being hitchhiking. And then this guy joins him on his journey with
Hmm.
assignments helping people all around the world.
Oh, it's way too bright. Hold on. Let me find a darker one here. Maybe that would be a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Highway to Heaven.
No, my
And
computer
so,
does.
yes. What I
Blurry.
love about the show is it's a good old fashioned humanity is in this.
Hmm.
Whenever
Well, I mean, it's Michael Landon, so how could
yeah,
it not be?
yeah.
Just
So whenever I need a dose of, good old fashioned humanity that seems to be very minimal these days,
yeah, yeah.
I watch that show and it's always meaningful, it's gentle, it's slow paced. So for
Hmm.
people, when you're used to the fast cuts and everything now, the
Yes.
brain might be like, oh my God, this is boring. But if you get past that,
Hmm.
it also settles your nervous system, I find. It just sort of brings you into a nice pace and beautiful stories about life. And there was like 5 seasons of that, I think, 4 or
Yeah,
5
there was.
as well.
It seems like there was definitely a theme to all these shows that you like. They
Yes.
have a very and completely different and yet similar ideas or feelings that are evoked from watching these shows. Or
Yes, and self-reflection. I've always been a
yeah,
reflector since I was a kid.
yeah.
It started before I was a teenager even. I was always thinking about life and trying to understand
Hmm.
things. So, yeah, and so I like things that nourish me. I like being entertained, but I
Yeah.
also like being nourished while I'm being entertained. And so those are some of my perfect shows. And then the other one is oh, my light just went out. Once Upon a Time. It was also filmed here in
Oh, yes. That one I have seen. That's a great
that
show.
one is great because I love the fantasy, but
Yeah.
I love how it's the good and evil, right? And it shows the
Mhm.
different dynamics, but then it shows the backstory of the evil and the traumas that made them what
Mhm.
they are, right? And then how all the stories interconnect, and then how the bad guys become good guys, right?
Yes.
So I just the cinematography, theatrics,
Oh, it's
everything just
beautiful.
yeah,
I
it's
love on that show how the characters in her day-to-day life also show up in the fantasy life as these
exactly
different characters.
and
That
the
it is
same
such a cool
dynamics.
show.
Yeah, the exact same dynamics, just
Yes.
different narratives. Yes, yeah, yeah,
Really good show. Yes. Love that.
yeah.
Cool.
So
Those sound like great picks. I'm gonna definitely try. I'm gonna try. Oh, hi, Danny. I'm gonna try being Erica today because that
oh,
one. I mean, they all sound great, but that one I think sounds the most like something I'd be into. I'm
yes.
just picturing her in front of the Eaton Center. I know, like I've been there. I've been to the Eaton Center. Like it's
Yeah, you're
something I
gonna
can
love
just
it.
picture and I want to see.
I have to warn you, it's very binge worthy. I mean, it's hard
Perfect.
to watch just one. It's really
There's a show and it's nothing like that at all, but it kind of just the style that you were telling me about. There's the show Emily in Paris and it's fluff, it is cheese, but I just love it. I get a season and I just watch the entire thing. Like
oh, I have
Netflix
to look
will
at that.
release an entire season. I think they've had 4 seasons. It's Emily Collins, is that her name? Emma Collins, whatever it is, and she's an American that moves to France for work to Paris, and
Okay.
she's this like sweet American girl next door. Everything comes easy for her, and then she moves to Paris where everyone is pretty mean,
Oh,
hates her.
I had that
You know,
experience. Yeah, interesting. Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
right.
Yeah,
And so it's like her trying to fit in there. And I mean the fashion, if you were into fashion by any means, like the fashion on the show is out of control.
yeah. Okay.
So it
Beautiful.
is a very, very good show. Another binge-worthy one.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
know many men that like to watch the show. Like I put it on, my husband's like, all right, that's my cue. But I love it. It is just such an easy watch.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, because I like some sweet fluff ones too when they have just a sweetness to them. They're beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet, but like a little bit of scandal and
Awesome.
like I said, the fashion is so good on it.
Awesome. Thanks for
Yeah.
the suggestion.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to watch some shows today. I have a day where I don't have to work. So this is so
Wow.
great. I'm going to sit around and I'm going to have some self-care because I never do that. Even on the days that I have off,
Beautiful.
I fill it with a million things. And today I'm not going to do that. So I'm excited.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've got
Beautiful.
pajamas on and that's where I'm going to stay for the rest of my day.
Awesome. That's a
Yeah.
great,
Well,
great.
I do have to take my kid to the doctor, but other than that, I'm going to stay in my pajamas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
If you are watching along with Danny and Ron, you might be on YouTube, you might be on Kick, Rumble, Twitch, X/Twitter. On the first three, oh, I'm backwards here. Underneath me, Kick, YouTube, and Rumble, we are at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Right here in the middle, Twitch at RI_broadcasting, and of course on X, Twitter at broadcasting RI. So you can catch us 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Mountain Time, or 10 a.m. Eastern Time if you are watching Ron here. Oh, look at that backdrop. Now that she's gone, like look at the backdrop behind her. We should all be so lucky. You can also listen to us after the fact. Let's say you're not around at 8 a.m. Mountain Time, but you want to listen to us. We are on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. We are on 75,000 different social medias at Parlor, Gab, MeWe, TikTok, LinkedIn, Space Hey. Did I miss any? Probably LinkedIn. Did I say that? And of course, we are on Patreon at RI Broadcasting, where you can get yourself some merch, some swag, keep the show going. And also, we are on X, Twitter at Broadcasting RI. Facebook, we have a different name. It's Going On Daily Morning Show, just because our RI Broadcasting one got scrubbed, unfortunately, scrubbed forever from cyberspace. So we are on Going On Daily Morning Show. And of course, under Luannah, we have this way. We have a website now, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, where you can go to it and vote for your Hall of Fame choice. So we have talked 60s music, 70s movies, 80s TV shows. Now we are in 90s actors. And so the choices are Philip Seymour Hoffman, Sean Penn, Robin Williams, Gene Hackman, and Tom Hanks. Kind of fits in well with this week's theme as well for television. Who would be your choice out of this list?
Robin Williams.
Yeah, I think he's well in the lead right
Yeah.
now. I mean, the other actors are great. I was talking with JJ last week. Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think actually very underrated. I mean, his life was cut short before he was really taking off. He was starting to get some really good movies, and then he died.
Yeah,
I
he was
think,
really good.
overdose.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I voted for Robin Williams also. So I'm pretty sure. So, but now I'm wondering if I voted for Philip Seymour Hoffman just to be the different guy. But anyways, go ahead and vote there at RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. And then, of course, come December, an entirely new one will be in. I'm guessing something 2000s, maybe 2000s actresses or someone. Anyway, stay tuned for that. So I was wondering, according to Google, what Robin's in the lead, but now 40%. Yeah, okay. I figured he would be. I was wondering what the world thought about the greatest TV characters of all time.
Columbo. I love Columbo. That was a good show.
You know what? I've never seen it.
No? Oh, it's awesome.
Is it? So what is the premise of it?
Well, he's a different kind of detective that people kind of unsuspecting, but he has a brilliant mind to catch the details that everybody misses to catch the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
But with a humor too. He's got a lot of humor, so it's one of those good kind of Sherlock Holmes TV shows. Modern. Fair. Yeah, it's really good.
What is it, from the 80s or 90s?
I'd say probably the 80s, even late 70s it could be.
Oh, wow.
Could be late 70s, 80s, yeah.
Very cool. I mean, I love that stuff like that as well. But so I've looked at multiple lists today and I found the top 10. But, you know, in the spirit of Ron and his top lists, let me give you some alternative choices here. This is including cartoons as well, because they are still a TV character.
Yep.
The first one on this list is Eric Cartman. If you've ever seen South Park, that's one of them. I would not say that would be on my list, but what do I know? We have Matthew McConaughey's character from True Detective. His name is Rust Cole or
Oh,
Coley.
I didn't even know
Honorable
it was a
mentions, yes.
TV show. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, True Detective. He was only thinking one, maybe two seasons, and then they replaced it. They seem to replace the main character every season, almost like a Doctor Who.
Mm,
They replace these guys, but everyone says that the Matthew McConaughey season of True Detective is fantastic.
mm. Okay, cool.
So another one, George Costanza from Seinfeld. He
Oh,
seems to be fairly iconic.
yeah.
Frasier Crane from Frasier. This
Oh,
would
I
have
love Frasier. Yeah,
that
that
is
should have
my
been I love Frasier.
that's my favorite show
Yeah,
ever of all
yeah.
time. And Ron hates it. He hates Frasier. He will bash it every time I say it's the best sitcom, the best TV show. He tells me I'm wrong. Kelsey Grammer might be my favorite actor. I just think he's so funny.
Well, I'm with you on that one. I love Frasier too. I think it's an
Yes.
awesome. Yeah, it's another show, a go-to show that I go to sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I plead the fifth. Okay, get out of here. Um, Multiple characters from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Some people are saying Uncle Phil, some people are saying Will Smith, some people are saying Carlton, all great actors. The Sherlock Holmes character. Now, I thought this was a movie, but maybe I'm wrong here. Benedict Cumberbatch, that
Oh,
was a
yes.
movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is, but he did a TV series of it as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you probably like that then if it's
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, yes. I
Yes.
love Sherlock Holmes. Yeah.
And Benedict Cumberbatch he's a very good actor.
Yes.
He's very, very good at what he does.
Mhm.
Another one is the main character, Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder. Now,
Mm,
I tried to watch one or two episodes, but I never could finish it. I don't know why.
mm,
Um, some people are saying Lorelai from Gilmore Girls. My kid loves that show.
mm.
Jack McFarlane from Will and Grace. And let me just pick one more from this list here that I know of. Oh, Columbo. Columbo's on here. So that's a good one to end off on.
Oh,
So
Kramer should be there too. Yeah, Ron saying Kramer should be there. Yeah, Kramer was
Kramer,
great from Seinfeld. He
see,
was
I
hilarious.
I honestly liked all of the other characters better than Kramer on site. I liked Jerry's character. I
Uh,
liked Elaine. I loved George. I
yeah,
loved George's parents.
yeah, yeah. They were all great.
Kramer, I didn't love. I could have
Okay,
taken or left Kramer.
okay.
But according to this website that I'm looking at, this is called Fiction Horizon. This is the 10 greatest TV characters of all time ranked by the fans.
Hmm.
So coming in at number 10 is Bugs Bunny. I'm surprised he's not lower or higher on the list, closer to one. But of course, most of us grew up watching Looney Tunes,
Yeah,
and
yeah. They were my babysitter too. Yeah.
yes, 100%. And I
Yeah.
mean, looking back now, it's like you would never have a TV show of all these like dynamites blowing up, train crashes,
No.
shooting. But it was wholesome back
Washing and
then.
shooting. Yeah, it was wholesome back then. Somehow it was wholesome. I don't know how
Yeah.
anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anyone watches Bugs Bunny and goes, "Oh, you know what? I should shoot somebody because I watched this show. I should push somebody in front of a train." Like, I
No,
don't think anyone
no,
thinks
no,
that.
I don't think so
Bugs
either.
Bunny was wholesome.
Yeah.
And coming in at number 9, Joey Tribbiani from Friends.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. He was a great character. He was fun.
I
Yeah.
loved Friends. I thought it was such a well casted show. I think everyone had their, all their quirks and everything. I think any one of the people on that show could be in this list.
Yes, it was a
Um,
genius show. It was really well
It
done.
really was, yeah. And number 8, speaking of Chandler, number 8 was Chandler Bing from Friends.
Okay.
He was my favorite, although I loved Ross. There was something so neurotic about Ross that I loved.
Oh, totally.
So
Totally.
I think Ross would be there instead of Joey for me.
Right. Gotcha.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 7 is Dwight Schrute from The Office. If
Oh,
anyone has ever seen The Office, Dwight is absolutely neurotic, pious. What's some other words for him? I don't know. He was just like very strict, very silly. Great, great show. I couldn't, the first season or two, I was watching it and I'm like, this is so stupid. But when I started dating my husband, he was like, "Oh, I love The Office. It's the best show." So I went home from our first date and I went and I put it on and I was like, I'm going to sit through this because he really liked it and I want to fit
learn
in.
about
I want
yeah.
to fit in. And I hated the first season. I was like, this is the worst. And then by the time I got to the second season, I'd watch it when he would come over, and then it just grew on me. And now I just love the show. I think it's so funny.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, yeah, there's nothing quite like it today. That's for sure. Number 6, Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Have you seen Breaking Bad? Oh, okay. It's heavy for sure. It took me years to get through it because I just couldn't handle the anxiety of it. My heart would just be like pounding through my chest. And
Oh, wow.
I took like a 3-year break from watching it. And then I finally picked it up again in 2016. And I finished the last couple seasons. And at that very last scene of the last episode, I just bawled my eyes out because I was like I could breathe again, you know? It
Wow.
was stressful. It's a stressful show because it's a thriller, and you have such a heart for the characters, even though technically they're making and distributing meth, which is like, how do you feel for that kind of person? But
There's humanity in everybody.
yeah, well, it's funny because we've been talking about Dexter a few times on this show. JJ was talking about Dexter, Ron was talking about Dexter, the TV show, and he's a serial killer and he cuts people up. And like, in no way do you want to have empathy for or even sympathy for somebody like this.
Yeah.
And yet we're in the second season and I'm finding myself really liking Dexter. And I'm finding like, as they reveal more about his past and how traumatic and stuff it was, you're like, man, like he's just a hurt little boy. And so it's so interesting to create this dynamic around these quote unquote bad characters. I mean, in that case, yes, serial killing is bad. You know, with Breaking Bad, the guy finds out he has cancer and he's a chemistry teacher. And so he starts making and selling meth to have a pot of money for his wife and 2 children. One of his kids is disabled, and then the other one, I think she gets pregnant during the show, or is pregnant at the beginning of the show. So there's like a huge age gap in between his kids as well. And he's going to die. He knows he's going to die. So this is like his one way of getting the money before.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a really, really good show. It's heavy, but it's a good show. But Jesse Pinkman, it was a student of his in chemistry. He was a bad kid. They connect in the meth world and become business partners. So it sounds like quite the concept. But
interesting. Yeah. Wow.
To further that, number 5 on the list is Saul Goodman. So that was the greasy lawyer from Breaking Bad. He also ended up getting his own show called Better Call Saul. He's a very dynamic, slippery kind of character. You know, he's a lawyer that hides stuff, cooks the books, you know, gets his client off. So really good show. Both of them are really good shows. Coming in at number 4 is Michael Scott from The Office. So that's the Steve Carell character. He's the character of the show. I liked Steve Carell in this. To be honest, I liked the show better after he left, which is a weird thing to say because Steve Carell literally was The Office. But I liked the dynamic of the others when they would have different characters come in to replace him. They had Will Ferrell come in. They had Idris Elba. Idris Elba? No. Blair Underwood. They had the guy from The Blacklist. I can't think of his name. James Spader. They had all these different guys come in to, you know, play him for a couple episodes and then go. And I just liked the dynamic of it after he left. But he is a one-of-a-kind character for sure. Cool. What's Ron saying? Archie Bunker and George Jefferson. Yes.
Oh my gosh, those are old timers. I grew up on those. Yeah.
Yes, I loved All in the Family myself. I would watch like Deja Vu, and I love all those shows.
Deja Vu. Yeah.
I mean, we have to keep in mind that possibly the people who created this list or the people they polled, maybe are from a younger crowd, maybe a millennial or younger crowd, and that's why we're getting just these newer shows, right? I think if you were to poll a vast group of people, it would be incredibly different, right? I think Archie Bunker would make the show, although some people are fairly offended these days.
Yeah, no, there's some elements in it that are not super today.
Yes, culturally appropriate at the time, perhaps. Now, not so much.
No,
for sure.
That element, no. But some of the other funny elements of just the humor of the humanities between them and the relationships were hilarious, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Ron, you're right. Bart and Homer Simpson, for sure. Those are good ones. Number 3 is Tony Soprano of The Sopranos. So
Okay.
another one I could not. Well, I tried to watch it. I bought it on VHS because it was still around then, and I watched the first episode and it was pretty gory, and I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. I was 19 at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember putting it in my VCR, or maybe it was DVDs. I can't remember. But I remember putting it in on my tiny little TV. I just moved out for the first time by myself. I put in the first episode and I'm cutting up a roast for dinner.
Oh no.
And then
Yeah.
I like look on TV and it's like pretty graphic as
Yeah.
well. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm like, I'm just gonna put this roast away. I'm gonna turn this off. And I never watched it.
Yeah. Our son got really into The Sopranos this last year, and a few times I tried to watch it. The first show I saw actually didn't have any of the gore. Like the segment that I watched with him, I thought, oh, there's some psychology. The guy's going to a shrink, he's going to a
Yeah,
psychologist and stuff like that. Oh, maybe there's okay. And then the next one, like, oh my God, I can't watch this show. It's
yeah,
too graphic. Yeah.
totally.
And
So
yeah.
my growing up, like I never heard my parents swear.
Oh yeah,
We
cursing
didn't watch
nonstop.
anything super inappropriate. You know, we were a church going family, but my dad really liked shows like this, the HBO shows, which of course you're watching HBO, you're seeing nudity for sure. You're hearing all kinds of profanities. And so my mom would walk in every time and she's like, why are there naked boobs on TV? Like every time. Or why are there C bombs being dropped? And he's like, I swear the whole show's not like this. And she's like, and yet every time I walk in, this is what I
Yeah,
see. So
right.
that's all I know about Sopranos. I mean, I've watched my fair share of HBO shows, so I can only imagine what it was like.
Yeah.
And speaking of HBO, number 2 is Tyrion Lannister of the Game of Thrones. So this is Peter Dinklage.
Mhm.
If anyone remembers, he was the little guy on the show. Game of Thrones was such a good show. If you like fantasy, adventure, and want to be disappointed by the world's worst ending, Game of Thrones was the
Oh,
show for you. The buildup was so high for this last season, and then the last season was absolute trash. But
oh,
his character was awesome. A lot of the characters on there were awesome. I think any one of them could have been on this show or on this list. And finally, number 1, going back to Breaking Bad, is Walter White. He is the main character. If you've never seen this guy here, it is what the heck is his name? Why can't I? Oh, Bryan Cranston. So if you know Bryan Cranston, it was like a complete aside for him, his type of acting. He was on Malcolm in the Middle. That's how we all knew him, as the goofy dad. And then he plays this character, this hardened drug dealer, and like you just can't help but love the guy.
oh, wow.
Like you
Cool.
feel for him, and then you hate his wife because she finds out that he's a drug dealer and she's mad. She leaves him, and it's like he's doing this for you. Like it is
Wow.
such an emotional roller coaster, the show, and that's why I had to take a break. My mental health couldn't handle it.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, Ron is saying, watch Your Honor. That's right. He's a judge or something, is he not? And his son's in trouble. I think I've seen previews for that, but I never actually watched it.
Mm.
But yes, like Ron is tagging all kinds in here. Fonzie, Fred Flintstone, MacGyver.
Oh,
Yes,
MacGyver. Yeah, yeah,
any
yeah.
one of these could be on this. Like I said, I think this is more of a modern take on the world's greatest characters. I think any one of these that you've listed or that we've talked about could be on this show
Yeah.
or on this list.
Absolutely.
So anyways,
Really
that's
awesome.
my list. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, let's transition here to something near and dear to my Canadian heart here, CBC. CBC and me.
CBC and me. I was trying to think of what else to share today because I couldn't think of any other topics. And I thought, well,
No, this is awesome.
I grew up on the set of CBC, of many
Yes.
different TV shows. So my father, he was at first a switcher and then became a technical producer over the years. He worked there for 36 years. So hi, Dad. He's probably watching.
No way.
Yeah, and so I grew up on the set of Mr. Dress Up and the Friendly Giant.
No.
Yeah, I did.
I loved Mr. Dress
I
Up.
know, I know. I was an extra sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's a big part of my childhood, just being on the set and the cameras and
Oh
just
my gosh.
the feel of it, in the back room. I'd hang out in the makeup room with the actor, like with Friendly Giant and that sometimes too. Go back there, say hi, and
Is The Big Friendly Giant a Canadian show?
yes,
Look
it's
way up.
and I'll find Rusty. That's how my dad was able to brush my teeth when I was a kid because I wouldn't let him brush my teeth, but
Oh,
he would pretend he was Rusty, he'd do the Friendly Giant, and then I opened my mouth, and then he'd do my teeth.
that is so cute.
So yeah, so the Friendly Giant is dear to my heart,
I
and
had no idea that was Canadian.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then also the Tommy Hunter show. So I met a lot of different country stars through that. He
Oh,
worked on that
wow.
show almost the whole time. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and the rap parties were fun because as I was getting older,
Yes.
and, I think it was the last 2 years of the Tommy Hunter show, or 3 years, I think I became a hostess. So when I was 17, I started being a hostess for CBC. So
Oh,
I was the person who would guide the audience in and tell them when to
no
applaud,
way.
tell them to be careful on the wires and all of
Oh,
that. So that
Jesus.
was an amazing job at 17. And then
Oh,
I got to
wow.
work on one of the most amazing shows, Kids in the Hall.
Really?
Yeah, I got to work with them for 3 seasons. Yeah, so I got paid to laugh my butt off every time. It's hilarious.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, yeah,
So
so
what
they
did
were
you do for them? Like
I was
what?
also the hostess for the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, so but I got to, go to the wrap parties and meet them and, go to the food table and all that stuff, so yeah, they were pretty cool
Wow.
people. Yeah, it was really fun
Were
and
they nice guys
they were
too?
all very nice
They
guys.
seem like they would be.
Yeah, they were all
Any
very nice guys.
any show that I've seen any of them in, they all just seem nice. Like more recently, if you've watched Superstore,
I haven't
um,
seen that, no.
oh, it has and I can't think of his name. Uh gosh, what is his name now? I'm gonna just look it up quickly
There's Mark
because
McKinnon, Bruce McCullough,
it might be McKinnon here.
McKinnon,
Let me just look here.
Lee, and
And
then
he's one of the main characters here. Mark McKinney.
Mark
Yeah.
McKinnon. Mhm.
And he plays basically the boss of Walmart.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a silly, easy watch, binge-worthy comedy sitcom, I guess, but there's no laugh track or anything. It is just such a funny show, and Mark McKinney's character is the best character. He could have been
Oh,
on this list for me. You need to watch it.
cool.
It's also on Netflix, I'm pretty sure.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I really liked him. We had some conversations at wrap parties and things like that. He was a good guy. Yeah,
He
yeah.
seems like it. He seems just nice. But even, some of the other guys on the show, there's the one who he's been in so many things now. I'd say he has the most successful career. Dave
David Foley.
Foley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David Foley.
He
Yeah,
also seems like a very nice person.
yeah. They're all very nice. Yeah, yeah. I
I
didn't
love
have a
that.
lot of conversations with the other ones, but with Mark McKinney, we had some conversations. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
So,
a
but
little bit jealous.
it was fun, being on the set and I'd go up to the control room and watch my dad do his work, and got to know everybody on the set. So it was like being on a TV set is just normal for me.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
remind me again what your dad's job was
so
specifically?
he started out as a actually originally started as a cameraman, then he
Oh,
became a
okay.
switcher. So the switcher is the one that flashes between scenes. So
Mm,
back then there was a lot of live TV, not like it is
yes.
now. So then it was really important to say, okay, camera one, camera two, to be
Mm,
able to catch the shots that were
mhm.
planned. And then he became a technical producer. So he was in
Oh,
charge of all
wow.
the technical stuff. Yeah. Until he
Very cool.
retired. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, TV is very close to me and being on the set and it shaped me in ways and it normalized
Sure.
it for me. So for me, stars are not like, oh my God, they're stars. Like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, they're people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
So it kind of
That is so cool. You know what? That's experiences that not many teenagers get to have.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
got to have it in a healthy way because your dad was there. Because I'm thinking teenagers on TV shows, for example, when their entire lives revolve around learning lines and long hours and not having friends and being homeschooled and stuff like that is a hard life for them. But you got to have the exposure without, that sort of
Without any
hard life.
strings. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was so much fun. And on the Kids in the Hall set, they
She's
always
wrong.
had a band called Shadowy Men from a Shadowy Planet, really cool music. So
Oh, okay.
there was live music in between the sets, which was a
That's
lot of
awesome.
fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What a cool gig. You know what? I loved CBC back in the day. I don't
great.
necessarily love some of the stuff they come out with now. I think mostly from like a news perspective. I value integrity in journalism, and I don't, and it's not just CBC, it's a lot, it's BBC, it's NBC, it's,
Yeah.
I, especially like during COVID, like I really lost a lot of respect for a lot
Yeah,
of
me
these
too. Yeah.
journalist publications because of just complete misinformation. And I hated that.
And investigative journalism was kind of poo-pooed. You know, you couldn't have opposing or contrary
Yeah,
information, which is important to find truth. We need to have
literally.
and contrast.
You can't learn about a topic really unless you know all of the opinions of it. You know, you have to make an educated decision by knowing all of your options.
Yeah.
And so, you know, having a very I don't know,
Narrow.
tunnel vision view of what
Mhm.
news is, I don't like that. I think the integrity of journalism is lacking lately.
Mhm.
But yeah, retro CBC, loved
Was
it.
good. Yeah, retro CBC was
Loved
good.
it.
Yeah.
They would have like on, I think it would be Saturday nights or Sunday nights, they would have like their Disney movie for the
Mhm.
family.
Yeah, yeah.
They had all kinds of great cartoons for kids. They had all these shows, Mr. Dress Up Like You Said,
Yeah, it
Under
was
the
very
Umbrella Tree,
family-oriented, good
Fred
message.
Penner. Like I loved these shows.
Yeah, yeah, it's
But
true. It's true.
yeah.
Yeah, it was great, and back then, 17, I was so that was 1996, 97, no, 86, 87.
Mhm.
I got $25 an hour.
Oh, wow.
So it
That's
was
big money. That's big money now.
yeah, yeah, 85, 86, 87, $25 an hour. That was, like, outrageous, it was incredible.
It
Yeah.
sure beats like your friends working at McDonald's
Yeah,
or
totally,
Tim
yeah,
Hortons, right?
totally. Yeah, yeah,
Wow, what a cool
great.
story. I
Yeah.
love that. So yeah, TV has shaped your life, really.
It has totally, and it was my babysitter, you know, I grew up in front of a
Of
TV
course.
too. Holy cow, I used to have bean bags, right? So, on Saturdays, I'd set up my bean bag with my pillow and my blanket, and I just hang out and watch TV all morning, all my favorite
So
cartoons.
cute. So awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, great story. I loved this.
Oh,
What's Ron saying? NBC scripts there. CBC is rated top 2 most objective. I don't know.
I don't
I
know about
I
that.
don't know. I don't know about any of that. I That's why I seem to get a lot of my information. Again, it can be very narrow, but I get a lot of my information from social media, depending on the account.
Mhm.
Um, CBS, not CBC. Oh, whatever. Either way.
Yeah,
Okay, let me go ahead here and change my background for this next segment. This is okay. Admittedly, I don't know much about what this is supposed to be copying. So I'm sure you guys might be able to tell us. So Max Headroom, if you see here, let me adjust so that you guys can see him. So Max Headroom, someone knows what it is. Either way.
I don't know
Um,
it.
yeah. This guy in front of me is Max Headroom. I don't know what it's from, to be honest, but the story revolves around this knockoff behind me.
Okay.
So this is a real life true story and it's unsolved. It's a mystery. So we
Hmm.
love that. It is 100% factual. So this is called the Max Headroom broadcast signal hijacking of 1987. So I
Oh,
want to try and be somewhere where I'm not glitching, but I don't think that's in my future today. Here, maybe I don't know. Hold on, let me adjust here. I'm just gonna have to cover this guy for now, I guess.
yeah.
So it was the night of November 22nd, 1987. People in Chicago were watching TV like normal until their screens suddenly flipped into chaos. This was the first hijack of TV that had been kind of recorded. It was
Wow.
around 9:14 p.m. during a sports broadcast on WGN, and the screen just cut away. A
Wow.
man wearing a Max Headroom mask. So again, this way, Max Headroom. This
Yeah,
is the mask this guy has on.
yeah.
He, what is it? It's saying it was a popular glitchy AI TV character of the 80s. Okay. Pick makes you disappear. Yes, I know that one. So this person wearing a mask of Max Headroom appeared. He stood in front of a piece of metal, which I guess is what this background is here, that looked like a swaying sheet mimicking the digital background
Yeah.
from the real Max Headroom show. There was no sound because the hijackers weren't able to get audio working, but the signal takeover lasted 20 to 25 seconds before the station engineers switched frequencies and regained control. Everyone just thought it was some sort of weird glitch, but it wasn't. The second hijack then happened. So 2 hours later, during a PBS broadcast of Doctor Who, someone tried again, and at this time they actually succeeded completely. So it was 11:15 p.m. The screen again cuts out. The Max Headroom figure returned, this time with sound, and the whole thing got much stranger, even unsettling. He mumbled distorted phrases, shouted odd references, moaned, and made fun of TV stations and personalities. He held up random objects like a Pepsi can, a toy, a glove. And then the finale, he bent over while another person spanked him with a fly swatter. This is
Okay.
right. It's like, if this is social commentary, like, what's the point, really? Like, what point are you trying to make here?
Wow.
So it was bizarre and chaotic and a little unnerving. Oh, puppy's there. Hey, puppy.
Hey, boy.
Oh, what a cutie. So yeah, it was unnerving because it was live. Obviously, it was unapproved, and nobody had any idea what was going on or who this person was.
Wow.
It went on for 90 seconds. Then the signal returned to Doctor Who as if nothing had happened. The host simply said, "Well, that was different."
Wow.
So, but like, how do they do it? Right? That's what everyone is kind of wondering. And it's been almost 40 years. Like, how do they do it? So, to
Wow.
hijack a TV signal in 1987, you would have needed a powerful broadcasting equipment, knowledge of the transmission frequencies, and the ability to overpower a major station's signals.
Yeah.
So, this wasn't a kid with their garage antenna, it was somebody with real technical skill,
Wow.
possibly a broadcast engineer, someone with access to station equipment. But no one, maybe it was your dad.
That makes
He knew. Where were you on the night of November 12th? No one was ever caught, I guess. So then the FBI and the FCC got involved. They interviewed engineers, hobbyists, radio techs. They examined the footage frame by frame, but the hijackers left no fingerprints. You know, I guess if they had like touched the screen, maybe they could have. I don't know. No equipment trace, no identifiable landmarks in the video, and no motive. That's the biggest thing. Like I said, what was the point?
Yeah.
And they never did it again. That's the other crazy thing, is like, it was just this one time or one night event.
Like it was a dare or something. I dare you to do that. And
yeah,
then
it's like, you know, it's like someone's giving a live broadcast. I dare you to like moon them or like swear
right.
on the show or whatever. But like this is pretty well thought out.
Yeah.
So it became legendary because it's the first major TV signal hijacking with both audio and video. It remains unsolved for almost 40 years. It has this creepy, surreal quality because nothing like it had ever been broadcast live before.
Yeah.
And it happened pre-internet. So it spread through rumors, VHS tapes, and myths, you know, without really a lot of documentation, unless someone quickly grabbed their video camera, and obviously someone got a picture of it.
Right.
To this day, no agency, journalist, or hacker group has definitively solved it. So isn't that interesting? Now, they had suspects. Number one was a Chicago broadcast engineer. They thought maybe because he had the knowledge and everything like that. Suspect number two was a local ham radio operator group. They had powerful gear. They knew how signal propagation worked. They had reputation for pranks, but zero proof linking them. And suspect three was the brothers theory, and this is the most popular online. Beginning in the 90s and 2000s, internet forums began circling the idea that two specific brothers, former Chicago Tech students, were behind the stunt. People suspected them because they were known pranksters. They had access to broadcast equipment at a university station. They were obsessed with Max Headroom, and their humor matched the style of the hijack, you know, the weird fly swatting.
Right.
But again, no physical evidence was ever found, and those involved or those guys had denied it. So even if they had done it, you know, the statute of limitations, by the time people were thinking about this in the 90s and 2000s, had long been gone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I know.
So they might watch this show and say, "Ha, we made our legacy. Nobody knows."
These guys are like 70 years old now.
Yeah.
Boy.
80 years old. Yeah.
I mean,
online. No, Max Headroom. Yeah, because we're doing the show, right?
Exactly. As far as like FBI investigated crimes, I mean, this one's fairly wholesome.
Yeah.
Like they probably could put their resources elsewhere. But it is just very interesting that they were able to do this and that they chose to do it. Like, why? I don't.
And I find it kind of cool that they did it with Doctor Who, because Doctor Who is kind of a spacey, kind of alternate.
Yes, exactly.
Show, right? So that's kind of cool that it happened there.
Yeah. So kind of a cool story. I thought, awesome. I don't know. I figured people would be as interested as I was. I read it and I was like, what? Like how in the 80s too? Like you don't. Now with the internet, I mean, deep fakes, AI, whatever, you can get all kinds of scams happening. But
back then that was a feat because it was like virtually impossible back then.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. Ron says they did it because they could. 100%.
Yeah.
Because they could. There was no rhyme or reason. They weren't protesting war. They weren't mad about, I don't know, Iraq. They weren't mad about the president. They were just
pranking.
Because they could. Yeah. So speaking of Ron, he is coming on for the last 5 minutes of the show to do a Ron's Top 5. He just could not wait till tomorrow because he loved this topic so much. So welcome, Mr. Ron, back on our show. Hey.
How are you?
Hey, awesome.
That's crazy. Like when you think that they can just cut in.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well,
that's
knowing
amazing.
that people can cut in, like, why didn't it happen more?
Right.
And why that? Why the Max Headroom? Why a pop can and a fly swatter? And like, it just, none of it makes sense. It's nonsense is what it is.
Yeah. It's
so it's legendary.
Yeah, because if it was some organization that was trying to prove a point, it wouldn't have been that. It was just a prank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just had the technology that they could do it. That's all.
Exactly. It was not like Anonymous, right? Who has been able to do that since then. It's just some, I don't know, maybe some kids, maybe those college brothers, maybe. It seems like that would be
was them.
If they
were obsessed with Max Headroom, it was probably them.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Seems the most likely.
For sure. All right, let's hear it. Your top 5 TV show theme songs. You were so excited about this yesterday.
Tough. This was such a tough one. And let me tell you, there are probably a bunch that I've missed because you just can't get everything, right?
Yes, of course.
I mean, look, one of your favorites, Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend, right? That's a great song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Didn't make my list though, but it's a great song.
But it's a great song. I mean, it's just a great show. The song, I mean, I could take or leave the song, but the show is just so good. You hear the song come on, you're just that excited.
Right. You just know what it is too. It's like you don't even have to be in the room. Oh, Golden Girls are on.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was all kinds. Flintstones.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Partridge Family, Happy Days.
Oh yeah, Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Gilligan's Island. There's so many.
I've never seen Gilligan's Island.
Oh, it's such a good
I love it.
I've heard it's so good. I've never seen it.
Oh, it is. It's funny.
It's a great show. It's a good classic. Yeah.
I need to get Deja Vu again.
Like even Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is.
Yes.
I love the song. Didn't make my list, but I love the song.
That I'm shocked by.
All in the Family. You talked about All in the Family earlier with Archie.
Yes.
They actually sang the song to the theme song. It was those two.
Oh, right. With that.
It was the Bunkers. They were singing it, and it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Her voice was so. It was like
fun.
Girls with girls and men with men.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers. Come on, everybody knows Mr. Rogers.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood,
right?
Yeah. Totally.
Star Trek, Miami Vice, Andy Griffith Show. I mean, my mom used to watch that all the time. I can hear the whistling in my sleep. Still a good song, though. It's still a good song.
Yeah.
So
Scooby-Doo, right?
I
mean, cartoons have some great theme songs. Let me tell you. I remember I Dream of Jeannie, The Odd Couple. Exactly. Love Boat, Sanford and Son, The Rockford Files. These are all great theme songs.
Oh yeah, the Love Boat.
Different Strokes, Laverne and Shirley, Brady Bunch.
So good. These are all just great shows.
Yeah.
Right. Chips.
Shows today are junk.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
How about one of the greatest, sports themes, the Olympics? That's a TV theme song.
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
Or NFL, Sunday Night Football.
Right.
Maybe that's coming. Or Hockey Night in Canada. ESPN, we know that one.
Sports Center. Da-da-da. But here are the best of what I feel are the best.
Okay.
Honorable mention, Sesame Street.
Yes, that's so good.
That's such
a good show. I remember the show not liking it as a kid, but when I had my oldest, she loved Sesame Street, so I would watch it every day. And I was like highly pregnant when she was old enough to watch it, and so tired and so sick. And I would just lay on the couch and it would be on in the background and it would keep her occupied for an hour. And it just brought me so much joy. And I liked it. It was actually very entertaining. The Elmo segment and the Big Bird.
I love Grover. Grover. Oh my God, he's my favorite.
Yes.
It was composed by Joe Raposo and the lyrics written by John Stone and Bruce Hart, but it was the kids on the show that actually sang it.
Oh, okay.
Cool. It was the kids. So that's pretty neat. Cheers.
Yes.
Where everybody knows your name.
I'm surprised that's not in your top 5. I'm shocked by that.
It didn't make it.
Yeah.
That was Gary Portnoy that sang that.
Oh.
I love Quantum Leap, one of my favorite.
I love Quantum Leap.
Oh my God, I love that song. I actually have the song on my playlist. So when it gets shuffled up, it's in there. It's the only TV show that I have in there for whatever reason.
Wow.
Right? Well, maybe not the only one now because of some of the others that have come out since then. Yeah. But Mike Post, who did like almost every TV show back then.
Wow.
Also honorable mention, Batman, the TV show Batman.
The cartoon one?
Neil Hefti was the composer of that.
Oh, the Adam West one?
Yes. Yes. It's such a simple thing, right? I love it. And my bubble, my number 6 was the Wonder Years, Joe Cocker with A Little Help from My Friends. Loved it. Love it. What a great theme song.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a different way of singing it other than, the Beatles, right? It's very different. He puts his own take on it. You would never know it would be, not his song.
Yeah. So
number 5. This might not be very popular opinion, but I have Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that show.
Is
love
Kotter with
that
a K
song.
or a C?
John Sebastian sang it way back in 70s when John Travolta started.
Wow, yeah. I grew up on that show too. I forgot about it. Yeah. I used to watch that all the time.
So, and I know that Mace, I want to say it was in the 2000s. It could have been late 90s. Use that song as a sample. Yes, Mace the Rapper.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he had a song, Welcome Back, and he used that. He sampled from that song.
Wow.
Love that song, too. That was great. Number 4, and I thought it was going to be higher, but I couldn't put it any higher than this. Her name is Janette or Jeanette. It's not Janet. It has an apostrophe in there. Dubois. So it's probably Jeanette. It's probably Jeanette. You got to put the French accent, right?
In Canada, yes.
But the Jeffersons, Moving On Up.
Oh,
love that song.
Yeah. Moving on up.
It's such a great song, you know, with the hand claps in it at the man, the song is so it was so well put
such
together.
a funny show too.
That was.
Yes, one of the best. Number 3, I Have Friends, the theme song by the Rembrandts.
Yes,
I'll Be There For You.
Yeah.
Great song. Great song.
That's probably one of the better theme songs. It's so catchy. You're always like you always
exactly.
Every time. Yes.
Exactly. So I had to put that there, but it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best because the days of CSI came and they put the Who in all of their shows. So I lumped them all together because it's really not fair to put all different CSIs.
Now,
so I lumped them together at number 2.
So I know, even with Friends too, those were songs ahead of time. So is it even considered a theme song? Because it wasn't like an original,
well,
Welcome Back, obviously is.
It is. And Friends, by the way, the Rembrandts
was
did
already
that
a
song
song.
for the TV show. It wasn't.
Oh, they did.
It wasn't. It was for that, and it became huge, and they put it on an album and the whole bit, and it morphed into something incredible.
Yes.
The Rembrandts, their only hit was a monster hit.
Yeah, and they're still making money off of it, so they're not mad.
Yes, of course. And with CSI, it was definitely, obviously, you pulled the songs, but the original CSI did "Who Are You," and that was the cleverness to it. They had to have paid a pretty penny to use that song.
Yeah. My husband and I watched all the CSIs recently over the last year or two, and every time he'd be like, "Okay, skip intro," and I'm like, no. It's like 300 and some episodes. No. And there's actually an episode with Roger Daltrey on it.
Yeah.
He's playing a bad guy. And I was like my husband had no idea who it was, but I was like, oh my God, look at the connection.
That was probably in the contract. He has to be on the show.
At some point, he's going to be an actor. Yeah.
So I do love the songs, and "Who Are You" fits so well with CSI.
100%.
I accepted it as an actual
totally fair. I will allow it.
But my favorite one, and I didn't even mention Get Smart, and I forgot. I just remembered Get Smart. But this guy right here, The Greatest American Hero. I love that show, and I was so upset that they took it off.
I saw that.
Joey Scarborough, Believe It or Not. I loved that song. Loved it. I even bought the 45 when they used to have little 45 records.
Oh, I remember 45s.
I mean, it was so great. And it was something, it was inspiring, actually. It was a very inspiring song. And here's this schlub that becomes a superhero. He can't figure out how to fly, so he's all over the place, right? And just the whole song, it's just uplifting. It's uplifting.
Yeah.
William Catt, yes. He's the star of the show, William Catt.
I've never even heard of this show.
Go back and look. I think it's only like 2 seasons. They ended it after 2 seasons, and I don't even remember if they ended it right. If they might not have, and that could have been why I was so upset. But I used to love the show, and I was so distraught after they took it off because it was really my favorite superhero show ever. Yes, even WandaVision and all these other crappy things that they put out now. It's like one after another. It's like I don't even know what's what anymore.
Right.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
He was my favorite, Tommy Ross and Carrie. So it was such a great show. I loved it. But that was my favorite theme song.
Well, that was a good list. Did you do John Sebastian? She wants to know.
I missed it. Did you do John Sebastian?
What song is it, Lena?
Yes. Welcome Back, Carter. Yeah.
Oh, that is. Yeah, that was number 5.
John Sebastian, I was thinking of a character and didn't dawn on me. Yeah, that was number 5. Welcome Back, Carter.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, that's the list.
Awesome.
I love
That was
it.
a good
I love
list.
it. I have
I mean,
so
I didn't
many
know
lists this week.
I didn't know your first one, numbers one, but I liked every other one, including all your honorable mentions. Those were all fantastic.
Yeah, you brought me down memory lane with all those old
Totally.
shows. Holy
So,
cow.
This is what I'm saying. It's like this TV week was perfect, and I was like, I'm so excited. I could go
Well,
on every single day and talk about TV.
TV
So I
evokes
could do that.
such a memory, you know, like it brings you right back to a simpler time and a happier, well, not necessarily happier, but a joyful time
Yeah.
in life. So
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, and there's so many that are just just music, and it doesn't take anything away from it because there was so many. There's MASH. I didn't even mention MASH,
Right.
and Stargate SG-1, my favorite sci-fi.
Oh,
TV
that's
show.
mine and my husband's favorite. We watch it. We just started doing all the seasons. We're on
Love
season
that
3
show.
now.
I've watched it like a million times already. I've started watching. I'm on season 5 again.
Cute little nerds.
300 times. So I mean, there's just so many great ones.
It's a great show, Becky. You gotta look at it. It's on. Oh my god!
I'm open to whatever.
The
I'm watching.
If you like sci-fi, you'll love Stargate.
The stories, the imagination for the worlds they enter into, and the kind of people and culture.
But
And
I mean, I watched my fair share of Star Trek because my husband's obsessed with it. So I mean, I've opened my mind to, but I'm open my mind to these sort of shows.
You have to watch the movie Stargate first. With Kurt Russell and James Spader.
Absolutely.
Watch that first.
I like both of them.
And then you watch the TV show, and it does a really good job following up from that movie.
Perfect. Yeah, so. I will do that.
All right. Ciao.
Bye, Ron. Well, okay. Well, I guess we'll just pop our heads over here. There we go. That was awesome. I love that. It totally brought me back.
Yeah, so me too. I forgot about all those shows. I used to watch all of them. Yeah, they were my favorites.
So good. So good. Old TV. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for today's episode 238 of this year alone. That's wild. Be back tomorrow. We've got Ron and Kyle. And then on Thursday is Ron and JJ, maybe even Kenny, if Kenny can be here. So make sure you are back for that. And we will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Eastern, all of the times.
7 a.m. Pacific.
7 a.m. Pacific. That's right. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bless. Bye.